wanna get high, man?
Let's stimulate your mind.
Get up, Chucky! What have we got here? A fucking comedian.
Rojan Kim.
Hello, and welcome to the Rojan Kimcast. It's me, Rojan Kim. Thank you so much for joining me. It's Friday, February 5th, 2021. I'm doing like a weekly wrap-up, I guess. I feel like a lot of stuff is going on that maybe I'm interested in, and I don't know if everybody else is interested in the same shit. So I kind of wait and see. I have a wait-and-see attitude about things. I mean, my last podcast was about GameStop and all of that. And now where are we at, huh? In terms of GameStop, people are ruined. They're ruined. What is it? They crushed it. They took it from like 300 to like, I think the high was almost 5. Now it's down to like 60. But people are saying it's coming back. And I don't know. You know, I got in on the short squeeze thing. You know, I put it all into Blockbuster, guys. All into Blockbuster. It was trading at 10 cents a share. I was like, oh my God, this is a deal. This is a bargain basement deal. Are you kidding me? It's so cheap. It's so cheap. It's fucking, how could you not load up on it? Load up on Blockbuster. Remember Blockbuster, guys? Remember all Be Kind, Rewind? Remember the fucking, all the late fees and all the fucking boxes? Huh? Remember? You know, I invested heavily into Blockbuster and also into VHS. VHS is coming back. All right. It's coming back. Everybody's saying, you know, everything's going to be digital. It's a digital revolution. All your movies are streaming now. You know, it's like the Great Reset, man. It's like the Great Reset. It's like you can't own anything. You can't even own your own movies, man. There's like, what are you paying for, man? You're just paying for the right for someone to let you borrow a movie? Like, what the fuck is that, man? It's like, if you're going to do that, at least give me something physical, like Blockbuster. I guess inherently that is Blockbuster, except without having an object. So streaming does make sense in that way, and it does make sense why Blockbuster is trading at 10 cents a share. But or it might be 4 or 3 now. You know, I put everything into it. Now it's all gone. I'll put all my money into Blockbuster. That's because GameStop, you see. You know, I was like, what else? What's the next GameStop? What's even more shorted? What's a company that's even more shorted into the ground then? You know, so yeah, man, fucking, I'm still holding out hope. I think they can come back. I think they've got one store, you know, but all it takes is just one, you know, all it takes is one to be successful. You know, a VHS is coming back. It's going to be the new vinyl. It's going to be our generation's vinyl, I'm telling you. I mean, I guess vinyl was our generation's vinyl, but it's also going to be videotapes, guys. Remember the VHS tapes, stacks and stacks of VHS tapes everywhere? Remember how you had those little rewinder machines? You had to put them in there. They were like car-shaped. Remember they were car-shaped, and you put them in. Remember you would get charged if you didn't rewind? Because time is money, everybody. It's a real appreciation for time. You know, what does it mean anymore? It's all digital. What does time even mean? You just scroll back and forth. There's no appreciation. No accumulation of you know, I was like, look at my movie collection. You know, you look at it. Now what do we have? We have just playlists. We can just build a movie playlist, you know? Yeah. They don't even let you do that. You can't even build a movie playlist. That'll be like the next thing. It'll be like, oh my God, you could build a movie playlist. Fucking, you know, that'll be like the next app or media company that takes everybody to storm. It's just the addition of a playlist, right? And people are gonna be like, this is the most revolutionary thing that's come to streaming. You know, what if you could just put The Simpsons on shuffle, just like the whole thing. You know, there's the whole thing. It won't let you do it. Disney won't let you do it. I don't know why. Why not? Why not? But somebody will come along and they'll be like, this is the most amazing. Somebody will invent an app that'll like somehow attach itself. It's like a mod to the Disney Plus app on your TV or whatever, and you'll be able to shuffle The Simpsons, and that whoever makes that app will become the next Elon Musk or something, or like the next, I don't know, he'll be huge on Clubhouse. He'll say things on Clubhouse and he'll just say, you'll just be like lumber, and then lumber fucking stock will just skyrocket. You know what I mean? It'll just be the kind of like, oh man, isn't that the kind of fucking, that's the kind of pull I'd like to have. I like to be a whale, right? Wouldn't you like to be a whale? Yeah, you like learn about the markets, you learn about the stock markets, especially crypto markets, you learn about whales, right? Fucking just billionaires who just come onto the scene and can just affect markets with like, I've talked about it here, how the whales can just push the markets up and bring them up. They just manipulate the markets. And of course, the biggest whales of all are the banks, the government, just fucking the CIA, man. Like the major institutions, of course, are the largest whales. Biggest wealth holders of the world are also, the whales, the fucking banks and whatever. And then there's individuals who have high net worth who can also, and you can move small markets around at will. And I guess crypto markets aren't regulated. So, Elon Musk can just be like Doge, and then fucking Doge just goes crazy, right? You just say one word, it's brand. I was messing around with these like crypto pump and dump schemes, and you just lose money. I mean, that's really... just lose money. Actually, what's even worse than lose money to me is losing Bitcoin. It's all denominated in Bitcoin. You end up losing Bitcoin, and I couldn't, I can't keep losing Bitcoin. I'll lose all this other money. Is like meaningless now. It's pretty much meaningless. Right? It doesn't mean, what does it mean when it's just raining from the sky, just getting it, when inflation is things are just inflated out of control, and then other things are not. Other things are priced in negative values at some point. Like there's like contango. You know what I mean? Like over the summer with the oil markets and stuff. Just what does any of it mean? It's pretty absurd. So out of all of my journeys of learning about what the fuck this is, what the fuck is money, I've arrived at like Bitcoin is the soundest. Followed by gold. I mean, but if you follow the gold thesis, then you go with Bitcoin. Kind of makes sense, right? Anyways, it'd be fun to be a billionaire whale, right? You just fucking... I wish you could mess with the stock market. That would be... I mean, the stock market just moves anyways, right? You could just literally just say different words. You could just be like, rocks, and then fucking rock stocks just fucking skyrocket. Skyrockets are skyrocketing. Skyrockets. Parachutes are going up. Parachutes, things, everything's going. You could just say stuff and everything's going up. And it just goes down and everything. I mean, I wonder if that's the way it used to be back in the day. That's why there are regulations now. Maybe back in the day, you're just some old rich guy. You just put out a telegram. And it's just like, buy salt, you bastards, and then everybody just starts buying salt, and they fucking end up crashing things. People fucking lose fortunes, and they're like, we gotta stop this. We gotta stop this whole thing. We gotta stop these rich guys just coming out and just saying random words, and the entire market going crazy. To buy salt. What do you say? Salt, buy it, buy salt, buy the salt, buy salt. I mean, it's so crazy, the idea of just like financial stuff. So I'm like trying to learn about this shit, right? Trying to learn about money. I've gone over, my I guess I'd call it antipathy. That's a good word, antipathy for money. I just didn't care for it. I thought it was bullshit. And mostly because that's what my dad cared about instead of me, all right? So naturally, as a baby, I was like, money's fucking bad. I hate money. Fuck money. And then it was good to go to like a public schools, and I went to like a fucking commie college. So money, I was like, and they just gave you just shower government money on me. And I was just like, all right, I was a kid. Fuck it, take. It's all meaningless. Doesn't mean anything. Just take it. I'm in debt. I'm in so much debt now. Doesn't even matter. It's just a giant hole. But I'm still here. There's no debtors' prisons. There's no downside. I mean, if there were debtors' prisons, I wouldn't have taken all those loans. I wouldn't have gone. I would have learned a trade or something. I would have a nice home, maybe, and a family and a trade. I don't know. I have no idea. But they showered free money on me to go to college. I was like, okay, I'll take the money. Let me go to college for 5 years. I was like, okay, I'll take the money. Then they let me go to college for another 5 years, or grad school for another 5 years. So I went to film school. And that time I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to a fucking Ivy League school, the best, most expensive school in the country. And you gonna give me? Come on, government. Are you gonna? I was like playing chicken with the government. Are you gonna fucking give me money for that? You're gonna, and they fucking did. They did give me money for it. They gave me so much money, and I was like, okay, all right, I got this money. And I just spent it all on making really stupid sketches and movies. I made films and movies and living life to the fullest. Smoking marijuana in New York City. It was lifestyle. It funded a lifestyle that allowed me to live a beyond my means. Sure. But is it in pursuit of something? Yes, pursuit of something grand. You're listening to the result of all that. All those years of blowing government money, all the money, blowing all the money. But you know what? You know who else was blowing all the money? Everybody was blowing all the money. The government, the fucking state, the fucking people all around me. Everybody. There was a financial crisis. There was a crash. There was a fucking it was crazy. It was great times. What does it mean? None of it means anything. And still, what does it mean? It doesn't mean anything, right? It's all whirling around. Stocks are just memes now. That's just it used to mean ownership in a company. It mean you own part of a company. Now it's a goof. Now I bought stocks I bought a GameStop. You know what? I bought a share of GameStop, right? For $69. Okay. Just for the lulls. Okay. I bought it for $69 because it was funny. This is what it's come down to. This is what the financial system has come down to. And everybody is putting all their hopes into this thing. You think this actually reflects anything about the real world or the economy or what's in front of your face? It has nothing to do with it. I'm buying a share in a company for $69 as a goof. $69 that I got from the government, or possibly from the whale of the Rojan Kimcast, Han Kim. Premium platinum sponsor, Han Kim. Your money has gone into fighting the hedge funds, okay, for the sweet meme price of $69. $69. I could have done. I was thinking $420.69. I think somebody did get $420.69. That's a sweet price right there. Now that's worth it. See, it's worth it just for the price. Sure, they are at a loss now. Sure, the stock is worth less. But like I said, the money, it doesn't mean anything. Don't you understand? That's what this is all about. That's what this GameStop thing is all about. It's like the money, the price. It is that's what Mark Cuban came out and said. What he's all talking about, like, people are talking about valuations and price to earnings ratios, and there's all these companies, all these billion-dollar firms come up with these projections, whatever, and create price valuations, and that's how the market works. And he's just coming out and saying, it's all fucking bullshit. It's actually all bullshit. Price is just supply and demand. Price is just fucking market. The market dictates price, not fucking the elite. You know what I'm saying? Not the elite. And I think the part of the elites feel like, oh, they're better than the market. The market is the sum of everybody, right? So it's not just the elites, it's the plebs, right? It's pats and plebs, fucking everybody in between. It's the entire market. It's people, some guy overseas on a cell phone. It's like somebody you don't even, it's just a summation of the participation and the psychology of all the participants in this arena of whatever is being bought and sold, right? So the elites, the hedge firms, the guys who come out, they make millions of dollars analyzing stuff and being like, this is there's a whole industry that's propping that up. It's kind of like people who teach comedy, it's kind of like the people who teach art, right? Art teachers, people who teach any kind of art, just sort of parasitically feeding off of the desire. It's dreams. Optimism, joy, desire, dreams. People wanting to do something. That want creates an energy, right? Where they want to spend money to learn how to how to follow their dreams, and somebody can help them. You can help them. You can help them. And so these hedge funds, they're all kind of like that too, except they're dealing with wealth, right? You got wealth. Well, I can make it. I can help you keep it. I can help you grow it. I can help you, this and that, you know, like they're just making all these promises saying I can do it because I got the skills, I got that. And then meanwhile, you got, you know, fucking Deep fucking Value, right? Who is actually a licensed CFA or whatever. He's actually a legit guy. But you have all these, you have the hoi polloi, you got the fucking masses, right? You got the fucking plebs doing their own due diligence, coming up with their own stock plays, coming up with it, outperforming these fucking hedge funds, fucking almost bankrupting them, fucking outmaneuvering them. You know what I mean? Like this is threatening. You know, like I was saying last podcast, right? It's like storming the Capitol, right? That's the most threatening thing you could do with these motherfuckers, right? And so now the billionaires are getting in there and just fucking with shit. And fucking, well, I mean, I guess, but and through it all, right? Through all of this, you have to start wondering, yeah, what is any of this? There's this, the meme now in the Bitcoin community is this David Foster Wallace quote about, like, you know, two fish are hanging out, young fish, and an older fish comes by and he's like, hey boys, how's the water? And then he swims off, and then one of the younger fish turns to the other young fish and goes, what's water? Right? And then that's like the metaphor for money. How we're drowning in money and we don't know. I have no idea what it is because it's all around us and you just get it. What is it? What is the point of it? To get it so that what? You get more and then that's it. What do you do? You guess you could buy stuff. You buy stuff with it. Can you own anything? Not really. I mean, if you have enough, you gotta have a lot to own something. But if you have enough, you could. I don't know. So maybe that's why perhaps I've been orange pilled. Is that what it is? Orange pilled, right? There's the pill thing. The pill thing is another meme going around. I like pills. It's all about pills. I don't like pills. I like to smoke. Maybe it's orange weed. Maybe can I smoke orange weed instead? Why does it have to be red pilled? Can I smoke some red weed? I used to be blue weeded. I used to smoke blue weed, and now I smoke red weed. I got so red weeded. I don't know how to even verbalize red pilled, because pilled isn't a real verb. That's a made up. It's not even a real word. It's made up. Pilled. You pilled. I got pilled. It's a made up. I got weeded. You know, I got so weeded. I got so marijuana'd. He marijuana'd me. He fucking marijuana'd me, man. So I'm red marijuana'd on a lot of stuff. Marijuana being the first red pill, or marijuana. Marijuana is the first red pill, right? Because it fucking fooled everybody in thinking weed is dangerous, and everybody repeated it. Of course, it's bullshit, you know, and now you understand it's bullshit. From there, you're going to presuppose, oh, shit, okay, what else have they been lying about? Everything. Wow, okay. I'm not going to go into the military-industrial complex this time. I can't. We're at the cusp of it. I could. Oh, here we go. Oh, prison-industrial complex, military, with the cannabis connected to the... Okay. No. We're walking myself back from the edge. No. Orange pill. Orange pill podcast. Max Kaiser. Crazy guy, I guess. I guess he's crazy. I don't know. He's larger than life. He's got a big personality. He used to have a show on RT. But anyways, he's got a podcast called the Orange Pill Podcast. Orange pill refers to that, you know, that Bitcoin symbol is like orange. So it's like you're taking the orange pill, and you're like, and it's also like a metaphor for the Bitcoin standard. Saifedean Amadis. Look up that guy. The Bitcoin standard gives you a good idea of like what the sort of philosophical, economical framework of all of this is. You know, it isn't just some like pie in the sky. It isn't like Doge. It isn't like, is it like, you know, it isn't like stonks. Stonks only go up. You know, it's like my personal journey really was from, okay, I want to understand money and the markets. And a long time ago, you know, it's stocks. Everything's good stocks, it's just stocks, and then I lost a bunch of money. And then it was crypto, lost a bunch of money. And that was back in like 2015, 2016. Then I had no money. And throughout, you know, I just watched this giant cycle bull run happen in crypto. I had Bitcoin back when it was like, fuck. Oh god, it was cheap. It was $800, no, something like that. It was really cheap. And I might have had like half of one, I think. And then I sold it because I needed the money. And then fucking I watched like 6 months later it just go up to $20,000. Like I could have had like 10 grand, but no. But I needed the 400 back then for rent or whatever, whatever I needed it, for. I needed it. So, yeah, there's nothing you can do, right? It's like money is just time. Money, all you're doing is buying time with money. If I had the money back then, I could have kept that Bitcoin throughout time and had more money, but instead I needed to cash it out. You get it, right? So now, watching this whole but then the shit crashed. In March, the shit crashed all the way down to 3,000. I was like, ooh, yeah. But then the shit started rising back up past, going past up 10,000. And thankfully for luckily there was stimulus. Luckily, there was a lot of stimmy and unemployment, some free money that I could start stashing into some Bitcoin, but not enough to whatever. It doesn't matter. Is it possible that the part of the is it possible that all of this is like a delusion, a bigger delusion than all? Perhaps is Bitcoin an even bigger delusion than fiat currency? I don't know. So it's just but this time around, pandemic comes around. I was like, all right, clearly everything's financialized. They haven't fixed anything since the great financial crash. Like, I want to learn. I want to try to learn. Last time I just jumped in like a noob, right? You just jump in like a noob and just like that guy Dave Portnoy, right? Davey Day Trader. It's just like guys with money. If you have over 25,000 in capital, you can just become a day trader. You just jump in, day trade stocks, and then this whole community, everybody's online, just like buy, sell, and they all follow along and do stuff, and and only like 3% of them will make money, and but it's like crazy. It's a lifestyle, whatever, and I don't have that. I don't have the money for that, and I'm glad I don't, because I would have fucking lost it all. Well, the other thing is in crypto, you could just start day trading immediately, and I'm sure I would lose a lot of it too. And I have, so I was like, all right, at least I'll learn about what is this thing called trading. So I started with the Forex markets. Forex was like, foreign exchange. That's currency. You learn about all this stuff, markets, graphs, whatever. And then I started learning about stocks. And then you learn there's all this stuff, there's all this valuations of companies, but there are all these graphs and whatnot, whatever. And I started learning about crypto. It's the same shit, graphs, all the graphs, candlesticks, graphs, everybody's looking at graphs, or, just buy and sell. Okay, up or down. Up or down. But it's all in some ways very absurd. It's all, Then I realized, okay, I started learning about Austrian economics. And then it started all gelling. Okay, Austrian economics, which is essentially about the market. It says, I guess, there's a lot of different schools of economics that say, the price of something is determined by the government, or the price of something is determined by, whatever. I know, whatever. There's a lot of theories and whatever, because nobody really knows. But the Austrians, and I guess they're not literally Austrian anymore, but the Austrians say that, no, it's supply and demand. It's the market that ultimately chooses the value of something. And then the more manipulation you have, which is what a lot of, what we've been doing as a society, manipulating the markets, the government coming in, giving subsidies, it's all manipulation, right? Like that is actually the worst thing you could do for the market. It's actually hurting people, and that letting the markets be free is ultimately the best thing you can do, which is why, the libertarians have adopted Austrian economics or whatever. And also, a lot of people say the guy who invented Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto himself, was probably in that school of Austrian economics, because they talk about sound money. They're talking about what's sound money, and they define what is money, and what is money right now. Right? I don't know, like the fish, right? Like what's water? What's money? We don't know. But money ultimately is something, right, that gives currency value, gives something value, right? You assign, and currency allows you to buy goods and labor, right? And it's really just a medium. So there's multiple things. I'm not going to go through this whole thing, okay? But there's things like medium of exchange, fungibility, scarcity, these qualities that make things money, which is why some things are good money and some things are bad money, but still can be money. Like McDonald's, remember the Monopoly coupons? That could be money, or food stamps, that could be money. It's not good money though, but it could be money. And you get fooled into thinking it's good money. You get fooled into thinking that. I heard somebody pose the question, would you rather take $100,000 in cash or $100 $100,000 or $1 million in food stamps. And personally, I would take 1 Bitcoin over all of that. Okay. But somebody answered the million, right? They take the million because it's a bigger number. But that's just why. That's how you know. That's the infection we have. That's how you know. That's what's fucked everybody up. See, you think that that's better, but it's not. It's not. Ultimately, it's not. See, you think the government could never fail, and everybody's, of course, and that million could last you forever. You never have to buy food again. And you're not thinking like, oh yeah, you don't think that all it takes is for the state to, just not even collapse, just maybe a turn in the government. Maybe the government goes to austerity. Maybe that, like this or that. So it's like, that's not your money. The cash is just, almost just good, at least because everybody uses it, and you can at least buy drugs with it. Can you buy drugs with it? That to me is what good money is. To me, I think that ultimately what's good money is what can get you some drugs, okay? So can food stamps get you drugs? No, man. You can have 1 billion food stamps. It's not going to get you any drugs. It's not. No drug dealer is going to be like, oh yeah, I'll take those. No, they want cash, okay? They're going to want cash. And pretty soon, cash, they're not going to want that either. Okay, it's very possible. Maybe they'll want gold. Maybe they'll want Bitcoin. You know what you can buy for drug? You know what you can use for drugs right now? Bitcoin. Okay, you can use Bitcoin right now to buy drugs, just like cash money. Can you use gold to buy drugs? It's not easy. It's not easy. You can probably do it, but it's gonna be someone's gonna take a loss on that transaction. You know what I mean? There's no. You're gonna have a gold nugget. I'll buy that. Can I buy? How much crack can you give me for this gold nugget? You try to buy crack rocks with gold rocks? You think you could do that? No. Okay? So that's why I'm gold, I'm like iffy on. I get it. I get why you want gold and silver. I get it. But if you get that, then Bitcoin makes more sense. As long as you agree that there will still be electricity in the future. That's really all. As long as you agree that there's electricity, then you'll be fine. Okay? We can hold that hodl. That's another meme. Hodl meaning just hold it. So, learning about all these markets, learning about Austrian economics, learning about how gold is sound money, the reasons why, the scarcity and whatnot. And if those are the reasons that make gold sound money, then Bitcoin is the soundest money. And that was the point of it. That was the point of it. That was the point of making it. If you just look into it, read the Bitcoin white paper, read the Bitcoin standard, just look into, just start doing research and studying about it, and you'll see, like, okay, that makes sense. But then, Bitcoin is not the only cryptocurrency out there, right? Cryptocurrency is just like just all these random. It's just like it's worse than stocks because there's no regulation. So there's just coins for everything, and a lot of them are just like schemes, pump and dumps, right? There's a lot of pump and dumps, which is what we called your mom back in high school. Ooh. All right. Pump and dumps. Lost a little coin on some pump and dumps, okay? They'll be like, the next coin is this, and I'll be trying to get in, and then as soon as I put in the money, the thing's already spiked up and gone down. I'm like, fuck it, I just lost money. And I lost it. Right? It's just literally like, and then I'm like, why am I doing this? And I realized, it's the dopamine drip got me. They got me with the dopamine. They got me. I have addictive personality. I have impulsive behaviors. They got me, and I was like, no, that's why, no. And that's why I understand the orange pill, the idea of like, they call it Bitcoin maximalism, or like the people who call the Bitcoin guys who call everything else shit coins. Those are all shit coins because it's all losing value, in relation to Bitcoin, right? Like the dollar is losing value in relation to it. Gold is losing value in relation to it. But one of the things that's not is Ethereum. What is it? I don't know. I mean, so Bitcoin, I can understand because it's a form of sound money. So it's like digital gold, but better because you can't get more. The thing about gold is there will always be some way of getting more, but the thing about Bitcoin is ultimately scarcity is what's going to drive its value. There are more millionaires, 100 times more millionaires, 10 times, I don't know, shitload times more millionaires than there are Bitcoins available. And each millionaire is going to want one, and it's going to be impossible. So what do you think a millionaire will pay? What do you think a billionaire will pay? What do you think? Unless, of course, it all goes to shit. Unless the solar flare comes, and then, you better learn to make fire. You better know how to make fire. Okay, that's why. Fuck big. It doesn't matter how many Bitcoin you have. It doesn't matter how much gold you have. You better learn to make fire. Anyways. let's assume that it doesn't all collapse and that we do still have a global financial system, a global grid, an internet. Let's say all this stuff is still going on. What the fuck is Ethereum? Ethereum is out there. It's hitting all-time highs. Ethereum was invented by some guy, this guy Vitalik Buterin, Russian kid. He looks goofy as hell. He wears like rainbow unicorn shirts and stuff, and it's really, you can see the wisdom of Satoshi Nakamoto being pseudonymous, being a pseudonym and anonymous. Nobody knows who he is, because if you look at this kid and you're like, oh fuck, how much money is locked up in this shit? But the kid, he pulled it off. He pulled off this idea of like, okay, so I'm going to try to explain what Ethereum is. Because Bitcoin is digital gold. You get that. It's easy to understand. You can store your value in it. It's safer to store value than cash. Okay? You get that. Ethereum, okay. Ethereum is multiple. Ethereum is both a network and it's also a token called Ether, right? Ether, whatever. And the token helps run this system. It like powers the transactions created by the system. So basically, this kid, Vitalik, I don't know why I keep calling him this kid. So Vitalik Buterin saw the blockchain thing that Satoshi invented and was like, okay, this blockchain's cool because it confirms transactions, but it's super simple. It's just like transactions, how much went over, who did it, it's just, but what if you could use these blockchains to verify not just transactions, but things like programs, actual more complex things. Each blockchain could verify like a transaction that's more complex than just sending somebody something, sending and receiving. Right? What if it was like you could have interest and you can loan stuff and you could whatever you could, so that's what was Ethereum, right? So that has now grown into, the second largest cryptocurrency, because the whole network is powered by these Ether tokens, right? So the Ether tokens are going up in value. But on top of what's been built on the Ethereum network has been something called decentralized finance, okay? DeFi, they call it. So things like Uniswap, I don't know if you've heard of any of this stuff, Uniswap, SushiSwap, these are all things, these are kind of like mechanisms that are replacing traditional central exchanges like Coinbase, okay, Kraken. I don't know if you've heard of these places, but just think of in terms of fiat. If you're just thinking in terms of money, right? Think of Bank of America, right? So you got Bank of America. That's like Coinbase, right? Bank of America is just a place you can go. It's established. They have to know your identity. You to get money. They could hold your money. You could take out money. You could exchange your money there for other money. Whatever. It's the bank. Okay, makes sense. So imagine. Now you get rid of the bank. Just get rid of the bank. Bulldoze it in there. There's no building. There's no nothing. There's no place to go. There's no nothing. And instead, you could just use your phone to just be like, I need this much money, and I will swap this for this. So say you got a bunch of Bitcoin. You want to swap it for some Ethereum. Instead of going to Kraken or Coinbase, you have an app on your phone. You just do it. It's decentralized, right? And it uses the Ethereum smart contract to basically figure out what the rate is. It takes a little fee, whatever, it does all that stuff. Now, okay, that's the simplest thing. You can think about it. Now let's think of something like, I don't know, like paying your cable bill or something, right? Okay, we're paying your cable bill or paying, or like your cable bill instead is like, instead of having to update your plan and fucking Spectrum or whatever, it's just like if you pay $100 or this much money, in a month, you get this much data, right? And maybe other times you'll pay this much, you get less data, whatever. Like you could set up smart contracts to do shit like that. You're basically eliminating entire companies, the middleman. It's like somehow if you could get oil to people without pipes, you could just get rid of the pipes, right? Somehow oil became like you just could be wireless. It's like wireless electricity. If you could do that, but it still costs energy to make that happen. So that's what these tokens are. These tokens get generated so people buy into them and they use them to fund the transactions, whatever. These little ecosystems of money get created from these decentralized applications. Does any of that fucking make sense? I don't know. I'm trying my best to like explain it at layman's, like as much as I've tried to come to understand. I know what it is. But anyways, the shit is just taking off. People are locking all their money up in it. And after all the shit that happened with GameStop and Robinhood, where Robinhood was stopping people from buying, Robinhood stopped. First you could buy, I ended up buying a fractional share of GameStop on Robinhood for the lulls, right? Like if I get just a little bit, fractional share. And then next thing I know, they fucking locked me out of buying any more fractional share. You have to buy whole shares now. They keep changing the rules. At one point you could only sell and not buy, whatever, right? And now everything's back to normal. They said sorry. And it was because they didn't have liquidity. They didn't have I'm not saying it's because of some conspiracy, some grand, I'm just saying there's obviously a flaw. And if the shit really goes down and you need to pull your stuff out, obviously they hold the keys. That's the thing about the banks too. There's there could be a run on the banks. Everybody wants to pull their money out and the banks go, oh, sorry, you can only deposit now and not take out, because it's not really yours. And so decentralized finance, you'd see why that becomes more attractive. Why people would be like, holy shit, I could do this thing. I could make money. I could do lend money, borrow money, whatever. I could do all this stuff and get rid of it, and it's still mine. It doesn't have to go through this middleman who's holding on to it, and then if I ever need it, they're suddenly like, sorry, you can't have it, right? It's fucking, what kind of shit is that? What kind of shit is that? What if you need to buy drugs, right? And then you got to go to a guy. You already have to go to a guy to get the drugs. You got to go to another guy to get the money to get the drugs. Like, it's that. So you can see the applications for DeFi and drugs, right? What if you could just fucking use your phone to send money to a drug dealer who's not really a drug dealer? It's just an app. Okay, it's a decentralized app, and then a fucking drone comes and delivers your drugs. Okay, that's the future. Don't you understand? And do you think gold? You get any of that with gold? No, you can't use gold for that. You could probably use fiat, but the fiat's gonna get debased. God damn it, I'm telling. I don't know. Buy Blockbuster. Okay, it's coming back. You think it could, what are they going to do? Drive it down to a penny? You think they go everybody's going to buy in at that point. Buy 1 million shares. If you buy 1 million shares of Blockbuster at a penny, what is that? 100,000 shares? Something like that? Something like that. Do you understand if that thing just goes up to $1, how much money it's 100 times your profit? You understand? That's all it is. Okay. All right. I don't know why I'm yelling. I'm sorry. I don't mean to yell at you. Well, I guess I do. I mean, there's nobody else. There's nobody else here but me in the room and the dog, Badger. He's sleeping, though. He's used to this. All right. Yeah, I guess. So here I am in my journey, still looking at, I don't know. We're still in the middle of a lockdown, even though, cases are plummeting. Cases are going down so fast. They're going down because there's a seasonality to it all. I'm just saying that. I'm not some genius saying that. I'm just listening to these people looking at these graphs. Same graphs you look at for the crypto markets and the fucking Forex markets and the goddamn stock market, right? Same fucking graphs. You can see the curve and it goes across all these goddamn things. It's like a Fibonacci thing. It's a thing of nature, okay? There are these fucking curves. See it happening, and the curve is going downwards, and it's going faster than they can get the vaccine out because they're trying to get the vaccine out to be like, no, it's the vaccine's doing all of it, and you can get back to normal in like 7 years. I saw some Japanese dude was saying it would take 7 years to get back to normal at this rate. Just come on, Japan, they don't even have a problem over there. It's a scam, man. It's like 7 years to get back to normal from a virus that is less deadly than the flu in children. It doesn't. All right. Doesn't matter. See, it doesn't matter. If you're gone, you're gone. It's like the Plato's cave thing. It's like, the Matrix thing. That's why the whole pill metaphor, all these pill metaphors exist. Why, just like you kind of have to start opening your eyes to the delusion you're participating in. I think maybe the thing is just recognizing you're participating in it, and of course, the natural reaction once you recognize that is to feel anger and to feel like you got to fight against the thing that put you there and whatever, But in the end, I think it's what it really is again, fucking Citadel mindset, right? Again, taking care of your own, small circles, local stuff, right? what is it? Fucking local peace, world peace. I don't know. There's some saying that's something about that. Visualize world peace. No, that's not it. Anyways, money, right? Money. That's what everybody wants. Money, 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 money. It's so important. It's so important. Then what do you do with it? What do you do with it when you're sick and you run out of time? What do you do with your money? You give it away. You make people happy, I guess. You can't get any time back. What are you going to do? Huh? I don't know. But we're all chasing it. Everybody's making money, right? Things are going up. Prices are going up. But are we actually making money? Is that really, the number just goes up and that's, right? Is that inflation? Could we be witnessing inflation? Is that why stocks are going up? Is that why the prices of things are secretly going up? Have you noticed things are a little bit smaller? They call it shrinkflation or some shit like that. They fucking make portions of things tiny bit smaller, keep the price the same, right? I think all the inflation is actually just being obscured. It's obscured, but at some point they won't be able to hide it. They're trying, but we'll see. Boy, I don't know what kind of, this isn't funny. I don't know. Wait, maybe I become a finance guy. That's what I'll do. Start a finance comedy. I might. There's I don't know. I'm at a crossroads here. That comedy, maybe comedy in and of itself, it excites me, but it's just, there's no industry right now. So got to find some other outlets. Is the finance world ready for the comedic take of Rojan Kim? Perhaps. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about rebranding this whole fucking podcast to some kind of, I don't know, some kind of plebcast, some kind of plevolution. Yeah, that's taken. But you know what I mean, though. Some kind of pleb. I don't know. But it's some money aspects, some politics, some this, some that. But I'm just kind of, I'm bored of politics, bored of like the news media. I think it's just gonna collapse now. Trump's gone. They got nothing. They're gonna keep trying, but it's just so stupid. Everything they do is not helping people. They're just doing dog and pony shows. And then the only thing they do to help people is just ruin the economy, borrow from the future to ruin things. So who knows? That's why, find what is sound in your life, right? I think that's why Bitcoin provides that for a lot of people. Gold provides that for some people. Stocks provide that for others. God provides that for others. Family, fucking Pokemons, video games, gadgets, just accumulating things, food. Other people have food, just pets, dogs. Other people love dog. I'm a dog person. People just love dog. I'm dog pilled. I love dogs. Everything's about dogs. Don't you understand how long dogs have co-evolved with human beings? Much longer than anything else. We've had dogs longer than we've had money. We've had dogs longer than we've had agriculture. Okay, we've had dogs longer than we have plentiful food. We've had dogs. Dogs have been there. Dogs are the thing. You could go on. I could go on and on about dogs and convince you that that's the religion. That's what you should believe in. That's the most sound thing in this world is a dog. Because dog backwards, God, see, there you go, boom, boom. And you know how gullible people are? That's all you have to do with half of people, and they will hand me their money. Give me your money, you dumb shits. God is in dog. It's backwards. God. Okay? Don't spell my name backwards. You might get canceled. All right. Okay. Well, I feel like, what's happening now is that, the divide is furthering and furthering there's a disparity of wealth. There's a disparity of realities. There's a disparity of a lot of things, but at the same time, that disparity is leading naturally to a convergence. Okay? It's leading to a convergence. I think a new paradigms are coming, new shifts. One thing I've heard about, this is super interesting, fucking natural gas processing. They need to flare shit into the, they gotta flare some of that gas because the pressure builds up. So they gotta fucking flare it off, and that energy is just wasted, right? They're just flaring off that gas. Not good for the environment. It's wasted. And Bitcoin miners are starting to utilize that energy. They've come up with the technology to capture that shit, to capture that flare, the fucking energy, the gas coming off of it, and then use that to power Bitcoin mining. Okay, it's the convergence of old and new technology. It's convergence. It's a possible future thing of future possibility for American business and infrastructure. It's the future's there. It's very optimistic. You know what I'm saying? Once you kind of go down, you step away from what's being presented to you, what's mainstream, what everybody's presenting as this is the thing, and just kind of look at some of the things that people are not talking about. For me, mainly, that's been looking at money and looking at crypto and seeing how the convergence of crypto and finance, technology and philosophy, how those things are converging together. And there's something very hopeful there and optimistic and exciting. And everybody's all like, yeah, and they're all like, Trump's gone. Now we get this lady who liked Trump. We'll get her now. And now what do we do? I don't know. What did Trump do? Is that how? That's how low the self-esteem of the general consciousness is. Is they need an enemy. They don't feel good. They can't feel good. You know why? Because what good have we done? We've fucking destroyed half the planet. We fucking, we go to war. We fucking debase the currency. We don't care about the poor people here. What do we really got? Huh? So it's better to just have an enemy. You'd be like, then you feel good, as opposed to having no enemy and realizing that you're just a piece of shit. You're the same piece of shit. The reason you're angry at that piece of shit is because that piece of shit was you. Okay. All right. I'm yelling. I know. But I don't know. I have hope. Like I said, a lot of fucking interesting things going on. Okay. Once you get away from the thing that they're waving in front of you, the keys they jingle in front of you. Like, look at this, look at that, look at that. I'm still, on Twitter, but I don't interact anymore. I'm on the socials, but I'm not interacting. I'm not really too keen on joining new socials, but I am keen on learning and watching, seeing what the behavior of people are. I think that's always important. That's good, but you don't get caught up in it. You gotta remember that it's an illusion. There's an illusory nature to a lot of this, and at the same time, that illusion is very real. Yeah. Yin yang, motherfucker. Yin yang. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to the Rojan Kimcast. This has been episode 225. 2 1/4. Wow. Did it. We're doing it. Yes, follow me on, find me on Signal. If you're on Signal, find me on Signal. We could say bad words. We could say all the bad words. We could say the N, F, R, whatever, T is T. I mean, if you think it's a T, the T word, it's a T word. If you have to say that, then sure. R is included. R, I don't see why anybody should say R word for retard, right? Retard tranny. I think that should be fine. Okay? All right. Should I say the whole thing? FGTR. All right. FGRT? FGRT. Yeah. Anyways, thank you again for listening. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Follow me everywhere. And